Hello there, all my beautiful Leos. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your full moon reading for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn of July 2020. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm always grateful to be in your presence and share your collective energy. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It has been an intense time energetically, guys. I'm so sorry that I am getting these readings out later than I would have hoped for. We had some really intense stuff happen. I actually made a post about it in my community section if you want to read about what went down, but I was without my internet connection for almost a week because of some really severe storms that we had come through. But thankfully we are doing better. My mom is on the mend and things are improving. So I'm just really grateful again to be here with you. Welcome again to my new and returning subscribers. And if you have not yet done so, I always do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. And also do give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button and let me know you enjoyed this content, everyone. So Leo, for a few quick notes before we get started with any reading, this is general, so it's not going to resonate with everybody out there. So, you know, if it resonates with you, take that in, claim those messages, and if it does not, kick it on out to another Leo out there. This is mostly going to resonate with Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, so do check your personal chart for your individual planet placements to get even more messages from these readings. And all of our Leo cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information regarding the card decks that I use, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all of those links and information are below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started, Leo. Let's talk about your astrology just for a moment before we start the cards. So this Capricorn full moon lunar eclipse is the last eclipse that we will have until later this year in November. Like November, it'll be November 30th when we get our next lunar eclipse. So this does wrap up our eclipse season for now. My goodness. And this has been an intense one. This last 2 years, it's just been Capricorn, Cancer, lunar and solar eclipses. So it is, you know, culminating a 2-year cycle. For you, that has been dancing back and forth in your universal 12th and 6th house. This Pisces house, Virgo house. So this for you, Leo, has been dealing with so much to do with healing your physical body, your physical wellness, your overall well-being, health, routines, and habits have been coming up to be healed. And also your spiritual life has been coming up to be healed and worked with. You've probably been feeling more emotionally sensitive, intuitive, more psychically aware and perceptive. You've increased that about yourself over this last 2 years. And you've also been, you know, made aware of where you need to take really good care of yourself physically, mentally, and, you know, overall health, you know, what you eat, knowing that your habits do contribute to how you feel later if you don't get enough sleep, if you don't get enough water, things like that. So this is what this is all wrapping up for you, Leo. As I start the cards, I'm going to use this particular tuning fork. This is tuned to the moon vibrations because we really are going into a reset of the lunar patterns. And as we get into the later part of this month, and yes, an early happy birthday to my Leos who do have a birthday later this month, as the sun goes into your sign. So it will be very, very, you know, very healing as we go through this cycle. So let's go ahead and start by just listening to the vibration, taking a few deep breaths, and getting ready for your messages. All right, Leo, that was wonderful. So let's go ahead and pull you some cards. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start with an invocation for your protection and guardianship. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Leo as we do the reading for this full moon in Capricorn lunar eclipse of July 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine through the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Okay, Leo, so your major arcana card that symbolizes your energy for this full moon in Capricorn is the Judgment card. So to me, this is very Scorpio energy. This is Pluto ruled. It is the higher vibration of the Death card, in my opinion, because it is about the resurrection, the rebirth, rising again in spirit, letting go of old cycles, old habits, just like we said about, that balance between the Virgo and Pisces house that you've been experiencing. So we're going to go ahead and pull from some lunar decks. I'm going to be doing some past, present, and future to get what was coming up with this last full moon. Interestingly enough, our full moon of June that was in Sagittarius was also a lunar eclipse. So we have had lots of eclipse energy, guys. It has been very strong, very, very powerful. So let's see what we've got for you here. All right, so Leo, on the past energy, what is going out is the third quarter moon with adjustments are required. So this energy that's going out is really saying that you've had to do a lot of adjusting, a lot of rearranging, moving things around spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. And it's also giving you that feeling that it's like that sort of like, I really have to get things just the way I want them to be before, I make any kind of hard set decisions. Do keep in mind we are in the end of a Mercury retrograde that does go direct on the 12th. But right now, yeah, we do. We're rethinking a lot of things. We're reworking a lot of stuff. That's definitely been our energy this last 3 weeks or so here. Yes, and it is about new beginnings, Leo, because you recognize that certain things are coming to an end, other things are about to begin. So that's why you're making these adjustments. You've been really reworking what you've needed to rework within and without. So on the present connection right now, the present lunar energy of Capricorn is the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested, and that may be how you kind of feel right now. I would say that Capricorn energy can be very tough. It can be very it brings up elements of responsibility and hard work for sure. So, anything that you've been working at, you might start to be feeling like, wow, now it's like I've started something new, or I'm about to start something new. And now it's like, I've really got to stay committed. I've really got to stay focused. And that's what this is bringing up. Yes, and this could be, it could be something you're in for the long haul with. This is the long night moon that comes up along with this test of commitment here. The long night moon is the moon of December. So when we get that full moon again in December, you will definitely notice this. But to me, this is like really... it's sort of testing your determination. It's like, is this something that you really want? Do you want to keep going? And, it's certainly not too late to turn back, Leo. It's like you can always rework this. You can kind of say, okay, if I need to readjust, like this energy that you've come from, then I need to readjust. But if it's something that you really want, and that it's going to take some work, it's going to take some concerted effort, some patience. Don't get discouraged by that, Leo, because that's what this energy is bringing. It's coming up with that, energy of Capricorn, which is all about going the distance and being patient and working at something one day at a time to get the result. Going into the immediate future, the next 30-day cycle or so from full moon to full moon, that is coming up with a full moon energy of Virgo, and it says you are good enough. So this is really reminding you of your own self-worth, Leo. I know that many times people think Leos are very invincible and very invulnerable, and that they're just confident and, you know, optimistic all the time, but I know better. I know that, Leo, you are very sensitive. I know that you have a very big heart, and your heart gets hurt easily. So if people have been putting you down, if you've gone through a real time of kind of doubting yourself, this is the energy that's coming in to remind you that your self-worth is strong, that you are good enough, that you do deserve good things in life. And look at that. There is a lot of resilient energy here, because look at that. We have the waning gibbous coming up on top of that, along with that full moon in Virgo. So this, again, it's like, don't give up. It's like, to me, this is a little bit of that mountain goat. It's really that Capricorn feeling card to me, because there she is working her way up the mountain. She's got this heavy burden, heavy load that she's carrying along the way. And it's like, but she's very determined. She's resilient. She's like, I'm not going to give up. My eyes are on the prize. I'm going to get where I want to be going. So Leo, there's very strong energy of not giving up, not quitting while you're ahead here. Let's go ahead and move on, Mr. Dragon, over here. We're going to dig into your tarot and see what it has in store for you as well. We're just going to keep going with this past, present, future layout here too. Wow, yeah, so Leo, you've really been going through some work here. There's a big process around all of this lunar cycle. This past energy, wow, I mean, you have worked hard. You have fought strong and long and tough for this new beginning. Look at this Nine of Wands that's coming up on top of that. So to me, that really tells me you've been in it. You've been fighting for this. You might feel pretty tired. You may need a lot of rest right now, because that card really shows some fatigue. It really shows, you know, that you've been through this battle, and that you are a little bit defensive, because you really don't want to keep having to fight. But you will if you have to. But you do need some time to recuperate and refresh your energy here. Yeah. And this is, oh, yeah, if you've been fighting off anything where somebody hasn't been the most honest, the most forthright, Seven of Swords is our old sneaky card. You know, that's somebody that hasn't been the most honest or the most forthright with you. So if you feel that you've been dealing with that, you might be extra sensitive to anybody who's not being totally honest with you. Right here in the center, present energy, there is this feeling of being left out in the cold. Look at that, along with that long night moon. That's a cold energy, right? This is a cold energy too. But just remember, Leo, that that light is shining within. This is a feeling sometimes of being cut off from a love relationship, cut off from source, cut off from the divine, and sometimes even cut off from your own creative center, your own self-confidence and self-worth and value. A feeling that you're not enough, or that you don't have enough. So just keep that in mind, Leo, that it's like, if you're feeling that way, it may be time to try a totally different tactic. Because yes, it says your commitment's being tested here. You are being challenged, absolutely. So it's like, part of the challenge may be, you know, don't waste time on a door that's closed. Go around the other side to where that door is open for you. Yeah, Eight of Wands. This is communication coming in strong, passionate, and beautiful, and rapid. So, you know, it's like, if you're feeling this left out in the cold sense, don't sit around with it. You don't need to. You can move this forward. It could also be something or a situation or someone that's coming in that really moves it forward as well. So that's not going to stay that way for very long at all. Going into the immediate future, on top of resilience and that full moon in Virgo, we have the Three of Wands. So to me, this is you waiting for those ships to come in. You've put a ton of work and effort and determination into where you're going and what you've been doing. And so now Leo, going into this future, it may be time to sit back a little, take a little rest, because you have been working yourself very, very hard, and it's time to let things come to you. So, oh, on top of this Three of Wands, we've got that Queen of Cups coming in. And this is in your future. To me, again, she is someone who really values her emotional life and stability and wisdom. And so this is reminding you, Leo, don't just give your love, don't just give your energy to just anybody that comes around knocking. It's like they've got to prove themselves a little bit to you here. Absolutely. On the bottom of the Rider-Waite, we have the Three of Pentacles. So there is a rebuilding kind of energy going on here, rebuilding your spiritual center. King of Wands is as well on the bottom of the Modern Witch Tarot. So this to me is about you stepping in to your own energy, a stronger leadership role. This could also be a fellow fire sign coming in, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But the feeling that I really get is that this is about you having this rebirth, this resurrection of yourself, of your self-worth and your esteem. And don't give up. Don't give up, Leo. That is a very, very strong message coming through here. If things are difficult, don't give up. Keep going. Punch through them. They are going to change. So let's get into an oracle card for your affirmation for this reading. This is the Keepers of the Light Oracle, and it's all guardians, ascended masters, angels. So let's see who's protecting you and guiding you as we go through this very, very intense and powerful full moon cycle. Wow, that is a beautiful one for you, Leo. There is Bridget. Talk about some fire energy for my fiery Leos. She is a Celtic goddess that does rule the fire, the home, the hearth. She's a very protective energy, and she was so beloved by Celtic people that when people started to Christianize the country, they adopted her as an honorary saint because people would just not turn her loose. So she crosses all cultures and all spiritualities. She is about inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. So Leo, this is definitely about you stepping into your strength, stepping into your power, recognizing your divine fire that lights your way. So I hope that you have an amazing rest of July, and I will be back seeing you again very soon. Take care.